Title: Jungle Book, Episode 1, Scene 1. Inch. The jungle awakens. The jungle awakens. It's early morning in the heart of the Indian jungle. The first light of dawn breaks through the thick canopy, casting golden rays on the lush green leaves. The jungle is slowly coming to life, filled with the sounds of birds chirping, the rustle of trees swaying, and the occasional roar of a distant animal. In Jungle River, where fish splash playfully in the crystal clear water, brightly colored birds fly overhead, their wings glinting in the early light. The jungle feels alive, vibrant, and full of secrets. Deep in the heart of the jungle, the creatures stir from their sleep. Each day in the jungle is a new story, filled with beauty, danger, and survival. But today, a different story begins. A story of a boy, a man cub, who would change the fate of this jungle forever. We move deeper into the jungle, where the shadows are long and mysterious. The trees tower overhead, their branches thick with vines. As the sunlight filters through the leaves, we see a graceful, black figure silently moving through the underbrush, Bagheera, the panther. His sleek, black fur shines as he prowls quietly, his golden eyes watchful. Bagheera's journey. Bagheera is on the hunt, but not for food. His steps are careful, his ears alert, as if he's searching for something important. He moves with a quiet grace, blending into the shadows. Every step is deliberate, and his sharp senses pick up the smallest sounds. Bagheera, thinking to himself, something feels different today, something unfamiliar. Suddenly, Bagheera stops. His ears twitch, picking up the sound of a faint cry, a cry that doesn't belong to any jungle animal. His head turns toward the sound, and he pushes through the thick leaves, curious but cautious. Bagheera's eyes narrow as he approaches a large tree at the edge of a clearing. There, nestled among the roots, is a small basket made of reeds. Inside the basket, wrapped in soft cloth, is a baby, Mowgli. The man cub is crying softly, his tiny hands waving in the air. Bagheera watches the baby with curiosity, his head tilting to the side. This is something he has never seen before. A human child, alone in the jungle. He circles the basket cautiously, sniffing the air, making sure no one else is nearby. Bagheera, thinking to himself, a man cub, alone in the jungle. How did he get here? Where is his family? The baby continues to cry, and Bagheera feels a strange sense of responsibility. He knows the jungle is no place for a helpless human child, especially with predators like Shere Khan lurking about. Bagheera, to himself, this child cannot survive on his own. I must take him somewhere safe, before the dangers of the jungle find him. The decision. Bagheera lowers his head gently and grips the basket's handle in his mouth. He lifts it with care, making sure not to disturb the child too much. The baby stops crying for a moment, sensing the presence of the panther, and looks up at him with wide, curious eyes. In the vast, untamed jungle, where only the strong survive, Bagheera, the wise and noble panther, made a choice. A choice that would shape the future of the jungle itself. Bagheera, with the basket in his mouth, turns and begins his journey deeper into the jungle, moving swiftly but silently. His destination, the wolf's den, where he knows the child might find safety. As Bagheera moves through the thick jungle, the camera pans out, showing the wide expanse of the forest, teeming with life. Monkeys swing through the trees, deer graze in the clearings, and birds take flight across the brightening sky. Foreshadowing of danger. But lurking far away, in the darker parts of the jungle, a shadow watches. Shere Khan, the fierce tiger, senses something is amiss. He prowls through the grass, his golden eyes glowing with anger and suspicion. Though he hasn't yet found the man cub, his presence in the jungle is a silent threat. One that will soon shake the peaceful balance of the jungle. The jungle is vast and full of wonders, but it is also filled with dangers. And while Mowgli's story begins with hope, there are those who would not welcome him into the wild. The tiger, Shere Khan, will soon return, and when he does, the man cub's life will be in great peril. This opening scene introduces the mysterious and dangerous beauty of the jungle, Bagheera's wisdom and kindness, and the vulnerability of Mowgli. It sets the tone for the adventure to come, filled with the ever-present danger of Shere Khan and the question of how a human child will survive in the wild jungle.